a sample collected by NASA's Perseverance Mars rover from an ancient dry riverbed in Jezero Crater, could preserve evidence of ancient microbial life. This extraordinary sample, taken from a rock named Cheyava Falls last year, has been called Sapphire Canyon, and according to a paper published in the journal Nature, it contains potential biosignatures. A potential biosignature is defined as a substance or structure that might have a biological origin, but requires more data or further study before scientists can reach any conclusion about whether it indicates the absence or presence of life. This is a critical distinction because, in astrobiology, hints and signals must always be carefully tested against non-biological explanations. Acting NASA Administrator Sean Duffy emphasized the significance of the discovery, explaining that the identification of a potential biosignature on the red planet marks the closest humanity has ever come to discovering life on Mars. He stated that this groundbreaking discovery will advance our understanding of the Martian environment. He also reaffirmed NASA's commitment to conducting gold standard science. As the agency continues to pursue its ambitious goal of one day putting American boots on Mars' rocky soil, Perseverance encountered Cheyava Falls in July 2024. While it was exploring the Bright Angel Formation, this region is made up of rocky outcrops along both the northern and southern edges of Neretva Vallis, an ancient river valley about a quarter-mile wide, or roughly 400 meters, that was carved long ago by water rushing into Jezero Crater. The Rover's mission planners had long considered these areas high-priority sites because the geological evidence suggested that rivers once carried sediments there, potentially preserving organic matter. Nikki Fox, the Associate Administrator for NASA's Science Mission Directorate in Washington, highlighted how this finding demonstrates the effectiveness of strategic planning and mission execution. According to her, the peer-reviewed publication of this discovery means NASA can now make this data available to the wider scientific community, opening the door for further study, replication, and eventually, either confirmation or refutation of its biological potential. The Rover's science instruments revealed that the sedimentary rocks of the Bright Angel Formation are composed primarily of clay and silt. On Earth, such fine-grained sediments are known to be excellent at preserving past microbial life, since they can trap and shield delicate structures from destruction over time. Additionally, the rocks in this formation are rich in organic carbon, sulfur, oxidized iron, commonly recognized as rustan phosphorus. These are all elements and compounds that, on Earth, form the building blocks and energy sources for microbial metabolisms. Joel Hurowitz, of Stony Brook University in New York, the lead author of the paper, explained that the combination of these compounds could have provided a rich source of energy for microbial metabolisms in Mars' ancient past. However, he was careful to stress that simply observing compelling chemical signatures in the data does not automatically mean a biosignature has been identified. Further, detailed analysis was required to assess what the data might actually mean and how it might fit into the larger picture of Martian history. The first instruments to collect detailed data on the Cheyava Falls rock were PIX, lithochemistry, and Sherlock, the scanning habitable environments, with Ramon and luminescence for organics and chemicals. While investigating the arrowhead-shaped rock, which measured about 3.2 feet by 2 feet roughly, 1 meter by 0.6 meters, the instruments detected what appeared to be colorful spots on the rock's surface. These intriguing spots could have been left behind by microbial life, if such life had once used the rock's raw ingredients, such as organic carbon, sulfur, and phosphorus, as an energy source. In higher resolution images, the instruments revealed a distinct pattern of minerals arranged into what scientists described as reaction fronts, or points of contact where chemical and physical reactions take place. These patterns were nicknamed leopard spots by the team. The spots carried the chemical signatures of two specific iron-rich minerals, vivianite, hydrated iron phosphate, and greigite, an iron sulfide. Vivianite is often found on Earth in sediments, peat bogs, and areas around decaying organic matter. Likewise, certain microbial life forms on Earth are capable of producing greigite. The appearance of these two minerals together suggested that they may have formed through electron transfer reactions between the sediment and organic matter. On Earth, such reactions are a potential fingerprint of microbial life, because microbes frequently exploit these reactions to produce energy necessary for growth. However, the minerals can also form abiotically, or without life. Non-biological processes such as sustained high temperatures, acidic conditions, or binding by organic compounds can also generate these minerals. Yet, the bright angel rocks do not appear to show evidence of having undergone high temperatures or strongly acidic conditions. Moreover, it remains uncertain whether the organic compounds present could have catalyzed the reactions at low temperatures without life's involvement. The discovery was particularly striking because it came from some of the youngest sedimentary rocks Perseverance has studied so far. Previously, scientists hypothesized that any potential biosignatures would likely be confined to older rocks, which would have had more time to preserve traces of ancient life. But this finding challenges that assumption, suggesting instead that Mars could have remained habitable for a longer period or later in its history than previously believed. It also hints that older rocks might still harbor signs of life, but those signs may be more difficult to detect. Katie Stack Morgan, Perseverance's project scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Southern California, pointed out that claims about astrobiology, especially those hinting at extraterrestrial life, must be held to the highest possible standards of evidence. She stressed that moving a potential biosignature discovery into a peer-reviewed publication is a crucial step because it guarantees the rigor and validity of the results. She also explained that while abiotic explanations for the bright angel findings seem less likely based on the paper's results, it cannot yet be ruled out entirely. To aid in such interpretations, the scientific community often relies on frameworks such as the cold scale, or confidence of life detection scale, and broader standards of evidence. These frameworks help scientists measure how much confidence to place in data that suggest a possible signal of life outside Earth. By applying structured tools, researchers can reduce the chances of premature conclusions and improve overall understanding of the evidence. The Sapphire Canyon sample is now one of 27 rock cores Perseverance has collected since it landed in Jezero Crater in February 2021. Each of these carefully drilled samples is a time capsule of Martian history, preserved for future return missions to Earth. In addition to its rock-collecting equipment, the rover is outfitted with a variety of other scientific instruments, including a weather station that continuously records environmental conditions on Mars. This data will not only inform scientists studying climate and geology, but will also provide valuable preparation for future human missions to the Red Planet. Perseverance even carries swatches of spacesuit material so NASA can study how fabrics and other protective layers hold up against the harsh Martian environment. In the bigger picture, the discovery at Cheyava Falls represents more than just a scientific breakthrough. It symbolizes the progress of decades of planetary exploration, driven by the human desire to answer one of the most profound questions. Are we alone in the universe? Perseverance's identification of a potential biosignature is not a final answer, but it is a step closer, adding vital clues to the puzzle of whether Mars once supported life. The ongoing analysis, combined with future missions that may one day bring these samples back to Earth, will allow scientists to probe deeper into Mars' history and unlock secrets hidden within its rocks.